I've been playing Destiny 2 since it launched back in 2014, and believe it or not, it's come a frickin' long, long way. The massive following Destiny has gained has been humongous, and basically it kickstarted the careers of many YouTubers and Twitch streamers. And now with Beyond Light, the game has changed massively. First off, the way I was playing Beyond Light was on Gamepass, because now Destiny on Gamepass is there, and it's free, and it's awesome. And I also got an Xbox Series S just to play this with Game Pass. And let me tell you, I believe it's the best way to play Destiny 2 at the best performance possible for the best price. Like, you get a good, solid 1080p at 60 FPS, and I think that's perfect. So let's just get through what I don't like about Beyond Light. First off, the story I don't feel is as good. I thought Forsaken was a pretty good story, but I still think the worst story was possibly Shadowkeep because it just didn't feel motivating enough. And this one's not as good as Forsaken, but it's a little better than Shadowkeep. You got a villain like Aramis, but her motivation seemed kind of weak. She just wants the darkness for herself and wants to use stasis, and her boss fight is kind of underwhelming. And once you kill her, that's pretty much it. Basically, it takes about 5 to 6 hours to beat the story, and after that, you got this nice, long endgame. And I gotta say, endgame is pretty good, especially when the game is still satisfying to play. Bungie is now calling this somewhat of an MMO shooter, and I can kind of see the comparisons with being able to see other players while you're in certain areas, and also the customization options feel kind of like MMO, but it's not like there's no min-maxing a lot for like Division 2, Borderlands 3, or any other MMOs out there. It really does depend on your gear, and they do make gear unique enough and stats unique enough to make it feel different. I still have to say shooting is satisfying, movement is satisfying. Basically, you got all these other looter shooters or MMOs that just, your character doesn't feel good to play. Like Fallout 76, I still enjoy that game, but honestly, you move kind of slow and you don't feel as responsive, probably because it's meant to be taken a little bit slower. But Destiny, you can jump really high, you can do all these sort of awesome moves, and when you have the right builds for your loadout, you can do some pretty sick stuff against enemies. And speaking of loot, there's a lot of incentives to try out different builds. You got the random rolls for a lot of certain weapons, and you have your stasis abilities, which I freaking love. I managed to create myself a good stasis build. In terms of endgame, you got the weekly challenges, which you can do every week for whether if you're free or if you're a Beyond Light player. You got the Empire Hunts for Beyond Light player, and you got Varric's Sabotage quests. And there are some things I'm looking forward to getting. I want to get the penguin toys. I want to get the seal for completing everything in Beyond Light. And I really love using stasis. When you get a good build like I have, you can just dominate everything for PvE. I still haven't done Grandmaster Nightfalls or raids. And basically, I'm still working on my first catalyst, which is Tiku's Divination, which I'll get into later. So PvE is really good. Crucible is okay, depending on the mode you play in. But competitive can feel downright unfair, especially if like you don't know what you're doing. Like literally, I was playing in a team with 2 other people, and we were going up against someone who we thought I would have an advantage over, who our team would have an advantage over, and they completely dominated us. Like 2v3 and the 2 people win. I don't think that's fair. And then you got Gambit, which kind of feels bare bones. It's really like one mode, and I still enjoy it for what it is, but I feel like it needs a lot of work. But if you send in blockers at the right time, Gambit can be a freaking bloodbath. You can just annihilate people. And so I don't really buy the seasons. Seasons aren't really included with the Game Pass version of the game. But Beyond Light still offers a lot of good content, and the free stuff that's coming in the future I'm really hyped for. You got Transmog that is coming, and I can't wait to make certain builds with Transmog, where I have certain armor sets I like, but I want to keep the stats I like. And then you got Crossplay, which is coming out soon. It'll be really nice to finally be able to play with other people on different platforms. Like, I want to play with my friends on Steam. And one thing I gotta mention is, yeah, sunsetting happened, and it's gone now, so I get to keep some of my best weapons in the game, and I'm really happy that I get to do that. And then there's the big thing about the content vault that they introduced when Beyond Light launched. Basically, I didn't really play the things they vaulted, But I can understand a lot of people being upset that they paid for content and now it's not available anymore, especially since one of the things was a strike that was introduced in Shadowkeep that they basically got rid of after 1 year. And with Witch Queen being delayed to next year and seasonal power caps going up to 10, I'm really happy that that gives me more time to focus on perfecting my build, masterworking my armor, and doing other stuff I missed out. Basically, I feel like I can get the seal before the next expansion comes out by early 2021. So that leaves us with the score. And remember when I brought up Tiku's Divination as the catalyst weapon I was working on? Originally I was going to give Destiny 2 Beyond Light Game Pass version an 8 out of 10, but fucking Tiku's Divination, this weapon, is so amazing and so fun to use. It's just a powerful bow that just explodes shit up, and it really makes the game a lot more fun. I want to try to get other exotics and see how they hold up. I want to see if I can work on builds like that. And because of Tiku's Divination, I feel like I can bump the score up by 0.5. So the final score for Destiny 2 Beyond Light on Game Pass is an 8.5 out of 10. If I had the seasons, if I bought the seasons, I feel like the score would be a lot higher. But since I really don't want to spend money on silver, I just want to play the game like I did Destiny 1, just buying expansions. That's basically how I feel about this game. And the fact that now there's cross-save and I can bring my characters wherever, the characters I've had since D1 I can take with me on any platform I build, is a really nice touch. So there'll be more reviews like this in the future, and I can't wait to see how this goes. So thanks a lot for watching. See you guys next time.